Dripping just like sake. Tell them back about me. All about my cheese, cheddar, mozzarella, broccoli. That mean I be eating. Really catch me tweaking. Know that I be working, baby, even on the weekend. Dripping just like sake. Tell them back about me. All about my cheese, cheddar, mozzarella, broccoli.
What platform do I watch the platform while it's on the live?
Oh, I mean, you could have it like on the screen.
Well, from the computer, it could be like I can see right now. It's just a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one person. So, and then it's like, if I could do it live, do I need to repost it? It's just, it's fine.
You know, I feel that.
Alright. It's just a lot to think about.
Using like OBS or something.
No, the same app that I sent her to her phone,
What's it called?
Riverside.
Riverside.
So all the phones sync to a virtual studio, and once we hit the cancel, the end button, all the video is uploading to a cloud right now as we talk. And then once you end it, it all goes to the studio, and then I have them all synced, and then I can take the sound from each one individually and cut them up individually. It'll make a mix of it together, but that's where I say it's like too much to think about because it's automatically switching and stuff. But it's not always clean, and I don't like what it looks like when it has all the screens up. So,
No, that's not saying.
all right. Oh, what do you think you've learned about yourself, and like what is your purpose or mission between all of your endeavors, like health industry, that's a whole, career in itself, and then being a comic writer is a whole career in itself, and then poetry is a whole other thing, and then novels. They are. It's different. It's a different audience first off,
Yeah.
and then it's a different mindset of like a comic and then a book of poetry. I guess it's not though because it's also short. It gets to the point. It has to be like you said, surprise factor, interesting. Now I'm thinking, I'm not writing a comic is the same thing I would say if someone ever said, like, bro, what? It just seems like. But then if you really relate it to other things, it's like I can see the similarities. Oh. But back to the question. From doing all the different styles of writing and also developing a different career path, totally unrelated, what do you feel has become, in your mind, your life purpose?
I will say this for sure. I do enjoy being a nurse. I'm very grateful for what nursing has taught me, what nursing has allowed me to be able to afford, and how far it has brought me educational wise and career wise. It is not my passion.
Yeah.
I do respect the profession. And I, again, respect everything that it's done for me, the lives that it has allowed me to touch, the lives that have touched mine. I have no regrets where coming into this profession is concerned. But I still need to respect for myself that it's not my passion. And because it's not my passion, the ultimate goal is to utilize nursing as a side job and make my writing career a primary profession. And one of the ways I actually intend to do that is by turning my graphic novels into an animated movie. So I actually started working with Spoof Animation, and they did a teaser for us, and the teaser looks beautiful. It looks stunning. So we utilized that teaser and we put a campaign together, and we are now just trying to raise money to get into the first stages of turning it into a movie.
How much do you think it's gonna take to get it developed?
Animation is expensive.
Oh, I already know. 3 minutes of animation can be a cool 1,200.
3 minutes of animation could either be a cool 1,200 or like a cool 1 million.
$1 million
Oh yeah, it
for
depends.
3 minutes?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh wow! I thought I knew that. I expected like maybe like 4 times what I said. That's crazy. That's 100 times what I said.
It
Wow.
can be though. No, you can do 3 minutes of animation for 1,200, but you have to look at the type of animation, the goal,
No, for sure.
and it's what I'm going after. It is on the higher end,
No, yeah.
But because we've been able to develop such a dope rapport with spoof animation, we're able to find a happy medium. So it's just a matter of the right amount of connections, the reach. And the thing is with social media, the minute you start promoting any of your own stuff, like if you're not just going on there putting like content out and you're like, actually doing this has actually provided me the opportunity to do something bigger. Can you guys go look into that? Social media is like, you're not going to get the same amount of reach. So it's really just the ultimate goal is to make sure that I am able to do with social media what I am intending to do with my original stories. Reach. I want people to be touched by the stories, to feel connected to the stories, to want to invest in the stories, whether it be mentally, time, financially. I just want to reach people. And so my next step in doing that is turning my graphic novels into a movie. So fingers crossed.
And you haven't told us what the storyline is.
I'd be happy to. So Aniyah, the main character, this beautiful woman on the actual cover, she was in the middle. It starts out with her being in the middle of an argument with her partner. And that argument brings out so much emotion that it brings her telepathic ability to the forefront. So she reads his mind, her partner's mind, and she sees that he was actually unfaithful.
No,
Yeah, with
she reads his mind.
yes.
Did he know she could read minds?
No, he didn't. She didn't know she could read.
Oh, wow. Damn.
So she has telekinetic and telepathic abilities, and she has absolutely no aware. Her parents were aware of it, but they were trying to protect her because there's this secret society called the Templar that take people that are powerful and they essentially put them in this torture chamber to strip them of their power to use it for their own selfish gain. So now that she has begun to use her power, she has absolutely no control over it. She's being tracked by the Templar. So in the middle of her learning how to hone in on her skills, she's also having to figure out how to fight off these goons that are being dispatched by the Templar. And she has this mentor that was appointed to her by her family that's trying to train her, but she's so emotional that the only time that she's really able to use her ability is when she gets annoyed or when she gets upset or when she's angry. So there is a massive amount of like failure and success, but the ultimate success is when she has full control over her emotions. She's not easily manipulated, and she can go not headfirst into a battle, but level-headed into a battle. And that's the ultimate goal.
Isn't that the ultimate struggle for everyone?
Oh, yes.
Mine is the superpowers.
Yes. So that's what I'm trying to share. I don't know that I did the greatest job with actually getting into the inner workings of the story, but I was also trying not to actually tell.
Oh, that was, I feel like I have a, yeah, no, that was great. Great synopsis. I forgot that it was just a little rundown. Like, I feel like I know enough to tell somebody else why they should read it.
Yes.
So,
yes.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
How many times did you practice that?
The rundown?
Yeah, like not for this specifically, but like being able to like succinctly
spit it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've just talked about it so much. I just keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it that it's second nature, but it's still a conscious effort to not want to like tell everyone
everything.
story.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why I was asking. It was like, all right, let me
like these.
make sure I don't say this part. And last time I said way too much.
Exactly. Last time I just told them to just you don't even got to get the book now, and so it's a beautiful, beautiful story, and I'm really, really grateful because it's taught me a lot, and I feel that now that we're bringing it to screen, that I'm actually seeing it work itself out, and in action, it's just I'm falling in love with it all over again.
No, for sure. Oh, do you like sake?
Yes.
All right, this is nothing crazy. A shot.
It's a shot.
Yeah.
So we got to take it to that. Okay.
It's how it's designed. If you're, super lightweight, I'm not gonna force you. It's only like 12%. We're not taking tequila shots. And a super smooth.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, it doesn't hit like liquor.
That was delicious.
And what was your biggest inspiration for making the comic, like the storyline of it?
So it was actually hair.
Oh.
So she has locks.
Oh.
And prior to me starting my own locks, I got my hair braided a lot. I got my hair braided, and if it wasn't braided, and I take those breaks from the braids, I'd get it blown out and pressed.
Juxtaposition. Right. One or the other, complete opposite.
So, but then there was a time that, my husband was telling me, wear your hair more natural,
Yeah.
like wear the fro. And I'm like, you
Yeah.
don't understand what goes into wearing the fro, my guy. Like it's, first of all, I need to wash it because wearing a fro, like, and the hair is not clean enough, you're going to see like a grayish, whitish hue on pitch black hair. So it needs to be like clean. And washing my hair took years. It just took so long. And so I was in this, like, it was just a constant battle with like accepting my hair, not necessarily, what's the right word? Like, identity wise, but just rejecting it and not accepting like this. It's going to take time, Ashley. It's your hair. It's a part of who you are. You just need to accept it and stop fighting it. You got to do what you got to do. So the goal of me refusing to, I don't know what the right thing to say is, like the goal of me refusing to like work with my hair, it was also me just knowing that, I don't know, I don't want to say I don't want to say like the wrong thing and have it come out wrong, but essentially, like you want to look cute. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to look cute, and I
didn't think you look cute with the way your hair was.
Oh, well, not like in its fully natural form. Like after I washed it and the fro shrunk, I thought that I looked like a boy. I thought that I looked like a little boy. I wanted to do my baby hairs. I wanted it to be styled. I wanted to look and feel cute. And it sucked that I didn't feel that way when my hair was in its natural form. And I had to learn how to fall back in love with myself.
Yeah.
And so I had to take the power away from that self-consciousness, that sort of looking down on what I'm supposed to look like and sort of glorifying the pressed long hair look.
Yeah.
And so my husband was like, you're always doing the braids. You're always getting it pressed. Just find something that works for you, but that's still natural. And I was like, all right, locks. We're doing the locks. And that beginning stage, I looked ridiculous.
How much hair did you start with?
How much what?
Hair did you start with when you started locking?
I actually got my hair cut. I had them cut off all the dead ends.
Yeah.
I was like, I want it to be healthy.
Yeah.
So it was like a small fro. Yeah. Super small fro.
My hair was only this long when I started.
Yeah. Yes. And the locks were like this short. And
I trust, you see, this is because that stage, I got impatient. I just did something. Literally, I just was like, all right, bro, I'm tired of looking like I'm a knob head, bro. Like I got worried. Like what if
I look funny?
Oh, bro, this looked funny. It looked funny. It looked funny. Like for a minute, you gotta look funny.
And so during that stage, though, trying to find a happy medium, I was never gonna find a happy medium unless I grew to love myself in my natural state.
Yeah.
So before my hair even started growing out, I was like, you know what, this is cute. I like how this looks. And I started taking pictures of myself and accepting it and like, getting dolled up and just letting my hair do what it does. And it took some time, obviously, but it felt good to get to a point where I'm like, this is Ashley.
This is me.
This is who.
To be comfortable with
with me in my natural form. And so when we started talking about this, I mentioned that there is power in the hair, power in the mind. And so when she gets to her full state, when she gets to her full powerful, when she's finally mastered everything, her hair, like when she's in her like state of like, you know how when the Avatar, you watch the Avatar? Okay. When he's in the Avatar state and his eyes glow and the arrow glows, her hair grows and she glows purple. And I felt like that, to me, that specific component was important for me to implement to show that there is power in your natural hair. In you being in your natural state, you're at your most powerful. I feel like it took us years for me to get there, but I got it. That's it.
So I had another question about hair and how it related to the book.
And it took me 5 years to say what I have to say, so I forgot.
It wasn't 5 years, but one, I just want to say I feel like that's something a lot of people probably can relate to. It's just like being comfortable with like what they look like and not trying to dye or change or wear something different. And a lot of people also, like, you probably don't know how to like word it right, because it's like, not that I don't like it, it's just I don't feel comfortable because you're not used to it, and then you have to find what is comfortable. But it also takes time, and sometimes being comfortable with things also just takes
It
time.
just takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just takes time. But I'm really grateful. I'm grateful for the process. However,
Oh, before you brought up that the hair was changing when she gets to her like overall state, what are some things that like help her get there?
to her most powerful state.
Or just like being able to quell her emotions, like calm her.
Oh, so I'll give you an example. Unfortunately, there's some components in the actual movie. The book itself, like the issues itself, like I'm in the middle of writing a script for the movie and writing the issues. And it's beautiful and frustrating. But in the movie itself, there's parts where the person, her mentor, Shadow, is trying to get her to understand, like whenever she, conquers an enemy, like, and it's out of like pure anger, he's like, you did not win that battle. That was manipulative. That was your anger. That was your emotions. And he gets her to understand, if you can't control your emotions will control you. And so it's just that constant reminder, the constant like not rewarding her whenever she like, wins a battle or comes out on top for whatever it is they're having to deal with in that moment. And once her family gets involved, like once her family is being a part of the battle and it's not just her and this team that she's developed, that's when she's beginning to realize like, I'm part of the problem. Like I am actually it's my anger. It's my lack of ability to control myself that's forcing people to go after the things that I love most, because they know that it's my emotions that Yes. So that's what gets her to a point where, at least to a point where she understands that not being able to control her emotions will ultimately lead to her emotions controlling her. And then that's when she starts to really come into herself, like her true powerful state.
Oh, what made you want to write about that?
My lack of ability to control my emotions. There are moments when I feel that I am articulate, that I can share how I'm feeling, that I can say what I'm going through, that I can put my emotions on the table and make it very clear what I'm feeling. But that's only when the situation isn't close to home. If it's close to home, I'm not interested in talking. I really just want to fight you, And, don't get me wrong, like I'm 31. I'm not about to
just fight everybody.
Fight people, you know what I'm saying? So it's frustrating when a situation comes and goes and it brought out a part of you that didn't need to come out had you just had your emotions in check from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I've come such a long way, drastically, and I'm grateful for that. And I wanted to find a way to like share that growth, and this, I feel, is it.
Oh, what helped you find that?
Probably I don't want to say the losses, because respectfully, the people that I say, like, I feel were in my life. If they're still in my life, they're meant to be there. If they're no longer in my life, they weren't meant to be there. But I personally feel like the one thing that got me to a place of like controlling my emotions is really just getting in relationships that mean a lot to me. Like people that I don't want to lose, people that I respect, people whose opinion I respect, people whose, input I respect. When it comes to those kinds of people, I approach it with a significant amount of respect. Like, I'd love to lash out here. I'd love to flip the table. I'd love to say some disrespectful stuff here, but I love you. I care for you. I want you in my life, whoever you are. And so I'm going to think twice about how I approach this situation.
No idea. Oh, with knowing you have like a temper, do you also apologize or no?
Um,
Is there some people who be like, I'm gonna cuss you out today and then I'm not. Yeah. Or it's like, I've cussed you out 5 times, but every time I apologize and I meant it from the bottom of my heart.
okay, I'm going to say something. I'm going to just say it.
First, he said if it's up, it's up. And it's stuck.
Respectfully, once I get to a point of like, full emotional expression, it's never like unwarranted. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never like, why'd you step on my foot? I want to fight you now. Like, it's never something stupid or small.
No, yeah.
It's usually like, that was crazy. Like, you really should not have done that kind of thing. It's really just a matter of not letting the actual circumstance itself morph me into somebody that I'm not. And so if I do lash out and I feel like it was warranted, I'm not likely to apologize. If anything, like I'll probably be like, if this friendship is still around, then we could talk about it. And I'll be like, listen, what you did was foul. It was like below the belt. And, if something like that happens again, I don't see us maintaining this friendship. But if it doesn't come back to that, like if it doesn't come back to the two of us talking, then I just let it go. I just set it free and I just chalk it up to, well, what they did was foul anyways. It was below the belt anyways. I'm going to just set them free, But like other relationships, like my siblings and I, we don't talk to one another with respect anyways. Like our greetings are very disrespectful to one another, but that's just how we talk to one another. Like we do not use one another's names when we talk to each other. We are very disrespectful to each other, but we love each other, My okay, my husband. Like if I were to get into an argument or a fight with my husband, I am more likely to be more emotional because that's intimacy, like I'm not likely to apologize though. Completely honest. I'm not likely. I'm gonna just be in my feelings. And then once that phase goes away, I'm like, all right, should we go get some ice cream or?
No. No. It's like what you were saying for me is like I have such a level before I can even get that far, no matter how mad I am, just out of the respect for you, right? So if I ever sit down and I know I breached that, or it's like, this is how I look at it. What would I do if you said that to me? Or if anyone said that to me? Like, who could have spoken to me that way and it's been acceptable? If the answer is no one, we can't do nothing till we address this, bro. We can't do nothing until we address this. Just because I never would have said that to you unless this was over completely. So, like, if we're going to talk about it, we got to talk about that. You feel me? And so, I don't know. This is interesting. 'Cause I know people who won't apologize even if they know they're wrong. And so I'm like, bro, you can't cuss people out and then not apologize and then still expect them to be nice to you. Like, you can expect them to be cordial, but they don't have any reason to want to talk to you. Like, I'm not about to cuss you out, but I'm not about to call you neither.
Exactly.
Leave me up. You chose their side. Like, so I just be confused when people don't apologize and then still expect to
Just
get
saying,
back on.
yes.
They're like, no, bro, it don't work like that. It don't work like that at all. Like, once something has been out of line or over the line, we have to address that before we can ever even talk about putting the ball back in bounds.
No, you're right. No,
Yeah.
facts. But I feel like that's how I feel about those friendships that kind of like fizzle, Like if we stopped talking because you were funny acting or what you did was out of line or the way you spoke to me was out of line or how you acted was out of line, if it does come back to a point where we begin speaking in some inevitable circumstance, I'm not going to act funny. I'm not going to
We mad at you.
I'm not going to try to fight you.
Yeah.
But I'm also, if we're speaking now, then let's just address it. But if we never speak again, I'm not running after you to address it.
Yeah, I'm never gonna. No, I'm not chasing it. Especially if I was the one who felt like I was mad disrespected. Nah, I'm,
Yes.
I don't got none of it. I'm completely fine. I ain't do that. I don't have a problem because I didn't do nothing. Like,
Facts.
so, but yeah, nah. I just try not to get mad. Period. There's one thing when I do get angry is like, if I'm angry enough to express how angry I am, you're not like me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even worried about whether or not I want to be your friend afterwards. Because you're not gonna like me, dog. Like, even if I didn't say anything crazy, you're just gonna be like, what the fuck did you just say?
Yes, no, but that's how when it gets to that point, it's usually the other person's fault because I'm not an angry person. It's just if I'm that angry now, where a temper is beginning to form and like you're beginning to see a side of me that nobody knew existed, you are likely the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
I'm thinking about it now. I was like, it maybe 10 people have ever even seen me mad. So, like, you got me mad, bro. I'm mad. Like, and these people I grew up next to.
yes, facts. Siblings for sure. They've definitely seen that side of me, but we've all seen that side of one another. We grew up in the same house. It was bound to happen.
No, yeah.
That's where you
In 30 years of life, you don't see somebody mad. But if like only people who've known you for 20, 30 years can say they've actually seen you mad,
That's fair.
you might be okay. Oh. Uh, with just maturing and growing up though, what are some things that like helped you just be able to address yourself and say, you know what? Because not everyone is self-aware enough to say, maybe I was out of line, or big enough to even say, maybe I did something. Like, and so what helped you even develop that train of thought and then be able to have those conversations with yourself?
My grandmother. So I have a very, very close relationship with my grandmother, and she's a very spiritual human being. My mom and I feel, are similar in the light of like when we get upset with someone, at least there was a point in my life where I would sort of just immediately be like, once it gets to that point, it would just come right out. My grandmother was the one who taught me, similar to what I'm trying to portray in my book, you have to always be in control of your emotion. That allows you to be in control of your surroundings. That allows you to be in control of more situations. You don't ever want to walk away from something that you were looking for something specific. Even if you don't get that specific thing, you don't necessarily feel like unaccomplished or it wasn't addressed, you know? So, like I said, she's a super spiritual individual, and she's the one that has taught me to get more in touch with my own spiritual like connection. And that all by itself has been what's allowed me to look at a situation deeper before responding. Um, I really am truly grateful for my relationship with her because I feel like that is a large part of what has taught me to like settle down.
No, grandmas are special.
Yes.
Shout to grandmas. Shout to grandmas. I just got to see my grandma like a month ago, 2 months ago. No, I think it's only a month ago. And it's just crazy, like knowing conversations that we've had and stuff, and like how responsible she is for the person that I am, and then just like seeing her now, and I was like, bro, I can't believe you were the one. Like, you're not doing nothing. Sit down, sit back down. Like,
Nah, it's love. That's love. She's dope.
do any of your characters carry inspiration from people in your real life?
Yes. So Aniyah has got more me. Aniyah's mother has got more my grandmother. Aniyah's best friend is a woman, but she's got more of my brother's characteristic traits.
Did you tell her that?
No, he doesn't.
Like, what?
So yeah, it's definitely heavily influenced by the people in my life. I just feel like it's one thing to have a robust imagination, but like my editor taught me,
The actual
yes,
inspiration.
the experience,
Yeah.
the inspiration. I feel like when I wrote Shadow, her mentor, I was writing him with a calm, more like, I don't want to say aloof, but very relaxed nature in mind. Nonchalant. Like
The
there will
important
be,
things matter, but everything else will fall away.
yes,
Yeah.
like there's pending doom, and he's just like
Focus on
sitting
what has to happen.
yes, and I feel like
doing now.
I feel like that is my husband. I feel like I'll be in the middle of sharing with him, like, look, man, the world it's crashing
fire.
and burning. It's coming to an end. And he'll be like, all right, well, let me just feed the cats. What? We have to go.
It has to happen.
We have to go now.
It still has to happen. All the mundane things.
Oh,
You know, you still have to take a shower.
it's just
One thing at a time. One thing at a, you got to put your shoes on first, 1 foot at a time, before you can go outside and address the issue.
nah. Whenever like when it gets to that point, I'll be like, well, great, now I have to worry for you.
You're like, I know you're not thinking about it. At least not right now. No. That's funny. I feel like that's me. Sometimes people be like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Nothing.
I can't do nothing until Monday. This Friday at 7. Like, waiting. Like, same as you. I'm wondering how this is going to turn out. I do be continued. Like, it's like, I'm not dying today. I don't plan on it. So it'll get done.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't know. I think that came from my grandma. She like, man, you can only worry about what you can worry about. Like, you didn't say nothing. But it worked. Like, that was good. Because you're right. Like,
All right.
oh, now go sit down. Like, go to sleep. Think about it tomorrow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but then tomorrow comes, and because I didn't think about it enough the day before, I'm gonna double think about it today, and just be twice as stressed.
Do you think about like the whole get there, do this, this is how long it's gonna take, and then come back, I'm probably gonna need to stop and do this, like,
Yes,
yeah.
and I'll be talking it out. Like I'll be having a whole conversation with myself, and my husband will be in the other room, like, "What?" And I'm like, "I'm not even talking to you, bro. Who are you talking to? It's just us."
Like,
And I'm like, I
talking to the
need
planners.
to work through it in my head. I'm like, all right, we got to get there at this time. And then afterwards, you think we can maybe try to get this done? Because I'm not going to be able to get it done this time. It's just boom, 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 boom. The more I check off, you think the less stressed I am, but I'm just.
I was just about to say, I realized that the more that I think about it, the more I do less because of the energy I'm spending thinking it. I have to acknowledge it and address it.
Yeah.
And if it's important, it has to get done. So like, instead of running through all of them and like the order I'm gonna do them, and I need to go to the bank too. So all right, bet. What do I need to have done by this time tomorrow? And when is the deadline for this? And how close is it to that? Whenever I do that, I'll just do that too. And back to whatever we were already doing. Just as there's always something else to do. Especially once you start like doing endeavors that involve other people and outside of your already like work schedule.
Yeah.
There's always something else to do.
There's always
It's
something
like
to do.
you had to, like you said, you had to find the right person. You had to find your version of writing out the actual what scripts
panels? Yeah.
and the panels, right? You already had it written, but there was something else to do.
Yeah.
And then even after that was done, there was something else to do. And
Yeah.
then even after he finished, there was something else to do. You had to review them. Like there's always going to be the next step. And then even now that it is a book, the next step is getting it produced. So there's always something else. You can only do so much today, man. There's always this next step. And some of it involves other people.
Yeah. And it would be better in some instances if it didn't. Because I just feel like sometimes trying to get everybody else on the same wavelength as me.
Sucks.
Oh, my
It sucks. But when it happens, it's beautiful.
yeah,
That's the one thing I've learned. When it does happen, it's nice.
yeah,
And one thing I also realized is like, I can't do it all.
yeah,
Even if I technically could,
yeah,
the amount of time it's going to take me to like execute to the level I want, I might as well just let them do it. And then also, I'm not the only person who can do stuff.
yeah,
You feel me? At a certain point, like, is this me just being egotistical, saying I don't need to wait? Like, and sometimes you do need to say, all right, I'm not going to wait and get it fleshed out so you can get to the next step. But at a certain point, it's like, how much is this just my own impatience
yep. That's me.
versus actually needing this to happen in any particular way?
Yep.
All right, cool. It's just me being impatient. Or I learned sometimes it's just like, you're not doing it the way that I thought it. You know what I mean? It's not even that it's taking too long. It's just what that is isn't the inception I have, and now I'm more annoyed
Yep.
because I need to see that thing right now because I would have already started it. And we both could have did it. I'm the same way. I used to be that way horribly, horribly. Just because, like you said, the passion,
Yeah.
and you already see it in your head, and so you're ready to execute. And I know how ready I am to do it. So if I had the means, I would have already been working on it. Like, all right, bet I'm gonna just go get it so I can stop thinking like this. It's not even a matter of wanting it right now. I need to get this out of my head right now.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't think about it anymore. I have to see it.
But then there's also the relinquishing of control.
It feels nice.
It feels nice, but then there's also wanting to be in full control. It's just it's a hard it's a hard medium to find.
It's hard to find, especially when you're working with like people who are also good at something
Yes.
and have an idea
Yes.
and you trust them already.
I trust you, but I want you to see what's in my head.
Yeah.
And I just don't know
If you do.
if you do.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one thing that like I just stepped back and was like, everyone has good at something.
Yes.
And then if there's someone who's involved in this process, I have to respect that they enjoy the same things as I do,
Yep.
just as much for them to even be here right now.
Yep.
So
Yep.
let me set aside my idea enough to see if I actually like yours and not just being like, let me see if I actually like it. Give me 2 minutes. I'm like, throw out all my preconceived notions. That's actually kind of dope.
I actually like this.
Yeah,
I see where you're going.
Yeah.
I see where you're going.
But for the next one, and so like you said, it's a line. It's a line, and you have to learn to walk it. But part of knowing how to walk it is already developing part of it
Yeah.
because you have an idea of what it takes to get there, and you already have an idea of what you had. And so it's like you're better than me, so I don't want what I was doing. I want you to transcend this idea.
Here's the idea. Do what you were doing and
This idea.
update
Yeah.
me later.
And so when you find that team and you're able to step back is when it's like, oh,
Yeah. No,
breath
you're
of
right.
fresh air. I can breathe.
You're absolutely right.
Because now I can go do one of the other.
One of the other tasks. One of the other never-ending tasks.
Yeah, and that's why it's beautiful to find people to work with because now you can do something else. And that's something I definitely had to learn, and I'm still learning it. It really wasn't. This year is when I had one of the biggest wows
Yeah.
because I just let somebody do something. I just sent him the material, and I sent him like, this is what I need on it, and this is what the old version looked like. And I was like, I mean, you can just offload it, upload it onto my server, and I can finish. He's like, Charles, we can handle it. I just needed to ask you a couple more questions.
That's it.
So it's like, oh, bro, if the pictures aren't up there, I can upload the pictures. It's fine. Why? This is his job. Like, just answer the questions, get a man a week. Like,
Give me a minute. I got it.
but once I looked at the finished thing, I was like, it's cool.
This is nice.
In a sec, bro, like the amount of time, my brain power, I would have been annoyed at the fact that, so I would rather be annoyed at waiting than annoyed at trying to figure out something.
Yes. Trying to do it myself, knowing I can't do it.
Not the same.
No.
Or maybe I could, but it took him a week. It would have took me 2 weeks of coming back and changing this and changing this and changing this and changing this. Yeah, no. sometimes it's just better to find somebody that you trust
Yeah.
and let the vision happen. But it also saves time once you take some of the tests, take some of the steps towards it, because you have a better understanding.
Yeah. No,
It's like if you would have just gave somebody the write up and had them make the script, the next time it was time to make a script for paneling, you would have been in the same
in
position.
the same position. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's really just a matter of picking and choosing. Like when it gets down to it and you're evaluating everything that you have to do, you're evaluating what the skill set is of the other people on your team, what is the best next step or the next best step.
This is how it works in the hospital. Or this is the idea.
That's how
you
it's
said it
supposed
doesn't
to
work the
work.
way you think it will work, but
That's how it's supposed to
you're
work.
so you handle this week. Like you actually like talking to patients, so you handle.
You go in there and talk to her. I don't want to talk to her after this. She told me all kinds of shit. I don't want to. Yeah, that's definitely how it's supposed to be. It really is. It really boils down to your team, the people that you're working with. And if you're working with a good team, you are going to have a beautiful outcome. And if you're not, then you are doomed.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about teamwork?
Just that. Just that. Like we all have
Work well together. Work
Oh my- yes. It's so if we there's I'm sure that you've heard this before, just in like passing or like on social media, where people will be saying, "Oh, I walk into work and when I see my work wife or I see my work husband or my work bestie," you literally don't interact with these people outside of work, but you love seeing them at work because their work ethic is prestigious. It's as prestigious as yours, and so when you see them, you're like, okay, it's gonna be a good shift because they like I'm gonna be there for him or her, he or she's gonna be there for me. We're gonna get this done. Or if you're like with the dream team, like a group of nurses that came to work that night and a good group of doctors, you're like, oh, it'll be a good night. You could have the worst patients, and I hate to say it like that. But when I say the worst patients, I mean like heavy patients that have a lot going on and they don't want any of your help.
How often do the sessions, or that's funny, I didn't mean to say sessions, but what visits turn into like a therapy session?
Oh, almost every single
Have
shift.
you always worked in California?
No.
Where'd you work at before in the medical field?
So I've worked on the East Coast in Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania.
What's the difference in people like from the East Coast to the West Coast?
The East Coast people, I feel, are a little bit more, I don't want to say down to earth.
But they are. I'm
This-
from out there, so I know what you mean. They're normal. They're like no one. Yeah, it's just a different energy in meeting a person.
Yes. And it just, don't get me wrong, you'll still run into your like haughty, like, you know, sitting like on a pedestal type of people that expect you to like,
No, yeah.
but it happens more here in California where like you'll meet people that they'll converse with you, they'll be conversational with you, but there's always that hint of you're working for me right now. Like I need you to go get me ice. And if you don't, you'll just have a phenomenal conversation with that person. If they ask you for that ice and a patient codes, like they stop breathing in another room and you get stuck there, it does not matter what you tell that person that asked you for ice. They're going to complain that you never brought back their ice. You'll go in there and be like, my bad. You don't even got the ice. You are like sweating. This was a real life situation. I had to take my glasses off because I was doing CPR and it was like coming off my face. And I go back in there and like you could see like I'm sweating, I'm sweaty. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like we literally had to start CPR on a patient in a room like right down from your room. And she just looked at me, like she looked at me over her glasses and looked back down at her book and she was like, mm-hmm. And that was it. And I heard from my charge nurse maybe like 30 seconds later, walking up to the nurse's station, still forgetting about the ice. She was like, oh, patient in room 22 said that you never got them their ice. I'll just take it over to them. I'm like, take her too. Take the patient. It's a very different vibe. Very, very different.
No, I hear you. It's hard to put into words because like I lived in Washington too, and I put that into words easy. Washington people are weird, dog. Like, and part of it I'll say this. I was in Seattle. Seattle people are weird. Other parts of Washington was cool, but like being around downtown Seattle, and I'll just chalk it up to this. There's a lot of like, I don't even, it's weird to say this too. Gangbangers. I don't consider this to be gang activity. It's just a bunch of niggas that be rolling around on the bus. You know, like, just don't follow what I understood to be what gang do. Like, y'all just be riding up and down on buses and trains and you feel me? And then there's also a lot of there's adults, and that's part of the reason why there's so many these people just serving them. You feel me? But like people just don't talk. Like they don't respond. Like, and I'm dressed like this. I'm just to a certain extent. If I was wearing like hoodies or sweats or something, I'm dressed in a tie, dog. Shoes, like dress shoes on, just trying to say, hey, I'm not from here. Where's the bus? And people straight. I'm like, bro,
Do you know me?
what? Like I've been.
That's weird.
I ain't never. You feel me? Like I've never had that one, and it wasn't just one person. Like 3 people in a row. It just keep walking, and I'm just like, bro, that's crazy. And then people out there is like, oh, we have this thing called the Seattle freeze, where it's like people are just disconnected. Essentially, that's how I would say it. They call it the freeze because it's like people from other places feel like people are kind of cold,
Yeah.
and people there just think it's normal. And I'm like, no, you're just a little disconnected from people, bro. It's really what it is.
Yeah. No.
And so out here is way less than that, but it's still like a high.
That's it.
I mean, and that's it. Out there, like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, all right, cool. It's just a different energy in the acknowledgement of someone else's presence.
Yeah.
Like, you might not matter, like, the most important person in the world, but there's some importance to the fact that there's a person in front of me and I'll respect you as such. Out here, it's like, unless I had a reason to stop and talk to you or I wanted to talk, keep it pushing.
Keep it
Keep it pushing. But also, I just figure people just different life expectations. California get crazy.
It's I've had a mixture of experiences here, and it really just depends on the part of California that I'm at. Like I absolutely love Northern Cali. I love Northern Cali. I don't want to say that the people in Northern Cali are like super friendly, but I feel like they're a little bit more easygoing. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like it's a New York vibe without the hustle and bustle of New York. Yes.
What part of North Carolina?
San Fran.
Okay. All my family is from Brooklyn. And I spent a lot of time. I don't say like, a whole lot,
I'm from Brooklyn.
but like I spent a decent amount of time in Brooklyn to like know what New York feels like. So to hear somebody say North Cal feels like New York,
It's more like when I first came to California, everybody's like, "Oh, LA's like New York," and I got here and I'm like, nothing, absolutely nothing. I go to Northern Cal, some parts of San Fran, even though San Fran is such a small city, I love it. I think it is a dope city, and I think that up there, there's more of a New York vibe when compared to LA.
Yeah.
But New York will always be
no worries.
New York.
I've never been to any place that felt anything like being in New York.
Oh, yeah. Well, New York, if you're there in New York, it depends on what part too. It depends on the borough. Like it also, if you're in somebody's way, if you fall, if you trip, if you're on the floor, you're not likely to be helped up. You'll be stepped over and they'll just keep it pushing.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But I also feel like Brooklyn, because the last time we went was a couple years ago, it's different now than it was when I was growing up.
No, and see, I already have so much understanding of that. But just the last time I was there and I was with my mom, she was like, bro, what? Yo, these people are here? It's like seeing that the boroughs and neighborhoods and blocks weren't as segregated as they had been before. She was just like, this is crazy.
It's come a long way. I mean, there's also a bit of gentrification.
No, yeah.
But there's still culture. I do still see culture. There's a lot of change, and I feel like in some areas the culture has been preserved, in other areas it was stripped, respectively. It's different, but I still absolutely love New York. New York is still number one, and I also love Northern Cal more than I love Southern Cal.
Oh, would you go back to New York?
Not to live. To visit, yes, absolutely. To live, no. I've been gone for too long. Things have changed so much. It's still too crowded. It's still too crowded.
Is it more crowded than here? I guess it is still kind of more crowded. It's smaller, yeah. Everything built more than
It's definitely.
California is big as hell too.
California is big, and there's crowded areas,
No, for sure.
but I just don't feel like it's comparable to New York.
It's not the same energy at all.
Yeah, it's different.
I wonder if everything's about Cali.
The fact that you can literally be in the middle of all 4 seasons, like in the same day. Big
Where's
Bear,
Oh,
snow.
I thought it was like 4 hours.
No, like 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, maybe 3.
Does it snow year round too? Does it snow year round?
No,
I think so. Oh.
but it snows a
Yeah.
lot, and it could be like 80 degrees here, and like 20 degrees up there with snow on the ground and people snowboarding.
That is closer than I realized.
Same state.
I've been to Big Bear. I just didn't realize that is so close.
You go inland, and it's like 20 degrees hotter.
No, for sure.
And then there's the sand dunes. Then
Have you been to?
yes, it's super dope.
What's your favorite place?
In California,
Yeah,
San Fran. San Fran's up there.
never been out there.
You should go. You should definitely go. It's cool. It is cool. I enjoy it. I have literally no reason to go up there, and I would like to go. I would just like to take a trip just because.
Do you feel like the places that you lived have inspired any of the like landscape of your stories?
Yeah, it's actually in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in New York, but then there's the world building that is necessary for like graphic novels and comics, and I utilized that for the Templar, which is obviously a fictional place, but also a very different world. You have to travel through like what's it called? Portals to get there. So it's definitely the start of it. The base of it is Brooklyn, and then the world building starts in the Templar.
So how long is the estimated like runtime on the movie?
90 minutes.
Okay. Do you like Kid Cudi?
I don't want to say yes, but I also don't want to say no. I don't like. I know very little about him,
Yeah.
and not at all. It's not at all like I refuse to, to like be a fan. I just don't know enough. I know that he wrote and produced Intergalactic.
That's why I just thought about it. Like I literally just now
Loved that movie.
thought about it, and I was about to say, did you see it?
I loved the animation style. I loved the music, and you know what's really crazy? You asked me that question and my answer was so aloof, but he was actually the inspiration behind me wanting to be the creative mind behind all of this. Like my husband, he's a music producer and he and I have worked on songs together, and I was like, all right, well, I want us to be the soundtrack on this movie.
Yeah.
Like all of Kid Cudi's songs were in that movie.
Yeah.
It was all him. And it was such a good movie. Like it wasn't corny, you know?
No, it was nice to watch.
I liked it. I
Yeah.
really liked it. So yeah. So that's how I feel about that. To answer your question. Yeah.
Well, I just thought about it as like if you liked him, I was gonna assume you had watched it. So
Yes.
so, yeah.
I did watch it. And I enjoyed it.
Oh, with making music, like how much music do you make? Are you like a serious artist? Do you do it just for fun? Do you do it when someone makes you do it or like tells you to? Like
I go, like how you mentioned PlayStation? That is how I am with music. I'll be really into making music for like 6 months. Not even that much. Maybe like 6 weeks. And then I'll like steer off of it. My true, I love singing, but my true passion is writing.
Yeah.
It's writing, it's story building, it's world building. And I still have so much to learn where all of the above is concerned. Singing, I feel, is just like a natural talent. Writing, I feel like, is a passion, and it still requires work.
Yeah.
You know? And I completely respect both of the above. Me just wanting to be like on the soundtrack is me just wanting to have as much creative control over this project as possible. But the music industry, it's frightening. It's frightening. It's not something that I see myself wanting to be like a part of. Yeah.
There's a lot of moving parts. Just a lot in general.
Yeah. I feel like if I were to go into the music industry, I want to have as much control as possible. Here I am talking about how far I've come and then constantly repeating, wanting to have control, control, control. But it's really just not wanting to end up in a situation where you end up being taken advantage of. Because the more people you let on a project, I just feel like the more likely, or the more like people in the industry that you let on a project, the more likely you are to end up in kind of like a sticky situation or like a manipulating situation. And I just don't want that.
No, I hear you. It depends on how it all comes together.
Yeah.
And people like ambition. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like you have to acknowledge that it's about the bread. Like at the end of the day, it's all about the bread for everybody involved.
You are
No matter how much they believe in the art, everyone who's investing is either hoping to save money or spend a certain amount of money or recoup a certain amount of money.
No, absolutely.
And you're just the means to being able to make it happen.
Yep.
So you have to accept that, I feel like,
Yep.
first off, and that anyone involved is involved for some benefit.
Yes.
And you just have to decide whether or not the benefit they're seeking lines up with the benefit you're seeking or something you're comfortable with providing.
Yep.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, nobody's moving for free no more.
No, you're right.
That's something that's hard to get people to understand.
No, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
Even American Idol, dog, they didn't do that out just the good of their heart. Like, they made money off of all those people. They were exploiting people for free. And then all the people who signed them already knew they had an audience that they were able to exploit. They didn't just Ruben stuttered no, dog.
No, but
They
that's
were
how
watching the
it
demographics
is.
to see who's paying attention, who's buying. Like,
Yeah.
and the numbers matter even when they're not the main factor. Like,
The numbers have always mattered. The numbers will always matter. It's really nobody wants to promote anybody anymore. They want you to promote yourself, get yourself to a certain point, and once you get there, then I'll take you seriously.
once I see it's viable, once I can see the metric, so you have 100 people, 100 people with $10, so that's $1,000, and you've only spent $100. So if we go ahead and mark that up by 100x, we got 100x the income.
Yep.
All right, what were you doing?
Perfect.
That's it. 100x it. And we'll just throw in some general traditional ways of marketing and branding that have always worked. And then we got to get our write-off. So this is our one guy we always go to. We're sitting at 80,000, you know. It's all I get. And you just be realistic with that and accept the fact that it is. And then figure out how you want to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, to turn
Yeah.
it off. And I feel like that's also daunting for a lot of people. Is either they realize that and they're like, well, damn, I guess there's no point. Or they don't think that they can achieve the level that they want. And so they also just be daunted by it. Or they just never acknowledge it. And they're, I want to say, unrealistic with life. But, you know, ignorance is bliss.
It is.
Not mad at anyone.
It is. It makes perfect sense. But I feel like once people get to a point where they have not just the numbers, but the portfolio,
Yeah.
sometimes the portfolio does matter more than the numbers.
Yeah.
Sometimes the skill set does matter more than the numbers, but you still have to be educated because people are so good at convincing you that because you don't have the numbers, your skill set doesn't matter. Okay, well then hit somebody else up.
No idea.
Hit somebody else up with the numbers that don't have my skill set and let me know how much it matters then. It's just you have to be willing to walk away from something that people are so good and making you feel like this is the only deal you're ever going to get. If you walk away, you're done. That's never true.
No, yeah.
So I've learned. I've been doing research. At least I've been doing.
No, that's all you can do, really, is prepare for the time to come. Like, you don't know what it's going to be until it happens.
Yeah.
Everything we just said has not been the case for every person to ever be successful.
Yeah.
You know, there are places, times, connections, like, there are people who just make it.
Yep. Yep. No, you're right.
There are people who really just make it. And it's
Lucky.
yeah, like, it happens.
Yeah.
It's just you can't always
Expect that.
prepare for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to prepare and do the work and be the best that you can. And then
Yeah.
as you learn what the game is, you got to decide how you want to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of people just, I feel like it's easy to do. Just get tired. This is like, all right, never mind.
Never mind. Forget it. Forget it.
Yeah. But again, like I was saying earlier, that just separates like the people who are determined to see what's in their head come to fruition, regardless,
Yep.
as opposed to the people who thought that it was going to be easier than what it turned out to be. And that's with anything. Like opening a business, developing a skill. I want to be in the NBA. Said every 12-year-old ever.
Yep. Every 12-year-old ever. You are. And
Oh, until it came time to just do dribbling one-hand skills for 30, 40 minutes. Like, and that's just the warm-up. Like, so you got to really get in the gym and be, devoted to the outcome, regardless of the outcome.
Yeah.
So, or I guess devoted to the goal, regardless of the outcome.
This is true.
Isn't it? Sometimes the goal changes.
Yeah. This is very true.
But with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a successful episode. Where can people go to see more about the book?
So you can actually, if you just go to my Instagram, all of my links are in my profile, all of them. My Instagram is the soul of my _pen. It's like,
That's fine. The other two are stripped off. It's just the last 2 minutes.
The soul of my _pen is my Instagram, and in there is the link to my link tree, and in my link tree is the link to my website, the campaign. So the campaign is Indiegogo. My website is dirtwordsmith.com. So if you guys are feeling generous, donate to the campaign and purchase a comic book.
You heard what the woman said. We're waiting to see the full movie produced. That'll be dope. Tap in. Stay tuned. Be safe.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. I'll go ahead and tag everything in the actual YouTube description, but maybe sip it if you want to post on IG to actually tell the website.
Yes. This was awesome.
No, thank you. Got real see.
Good job.
Oh,
That sake got me feeling.
really?
Dripping just like sake. Tell them back about me. All about my cheese, cheddar, mozzarella, broccoli. That mean I be eating. Really catch me tweaking. Know that I be working, baby, even on the weekend. Dripping just like sake. Tell them back about me. All about my cheese, cheddar, mozzarella, broccoli.